Hello, welcome to Smartdrive ERP Warehouse. Today we want to look at supply chain and logistics services and how we use Smartdrive ERP Warehouse to manage supply chain. Okay, so our focus of our software today is on supply chain. Smartdrive ERP Warehouse is part of an integrated online business apps designed to help SMEs efficiently manage their business online. Now, these are some of the applications that we currently do have in the market. Okay, these are applications that we have, and then the demo are very available at odonigeria.com. So if you go to odonigeria.com, you'll be able to see all these sorts of applications and integrated online business applications that is being developed here in Nigeria and is being developed by us. Okay, um, we have an employee database management software. We have an online HR recruitment management software. We have leave management software. We have staff attendance and access management software. And of course, our focus today will be looking at warehouse. We're looking at assets. We're looking at stocks. We're looking at inventory management system today. Okay. We also have a software that actually manages apps that manages organizational contact. Okay. And then we also have tool that actually manages organizational communication tools. Okay, so you can get registered with us as an affiliate marketer, and I tell you, you get 20% if any client should buy any of our software or buy any of our apps through you. So you just get 20% of whatever the client pays. Okay. Okay, these are other software apps that we also have currently that are available. We have online invoicing, we have sales management software, we have club membership and booking software. For those that are running club, we have software which you can actually use to manage your club membership and how they can book for services within the club. Okay, and we also have online tendering management software. Okay, so you can actually go to odunigeria.com. We have online videos for this application. You can actually go and see how the demo looks like. If you also want to try to use any of these applications, please you make a request to us, and then we'll create an account for you for 15 days. You can actually use to test the application. This is how, if you want to become an affiliate marketer with the Smartdrive ERP application, this is what you need to do. Visit odunigeria.com and send us a request. Or you can send a request, an email to events at smartdriveportfolio.com. You can, all successful applicant, if you apply to us that you want to be an affiliate marketer, once we get your request, we'll do a background check on you just to be sure of who you are. And then once you are satisfied, we'll send you an affiliate number. Okay, so you will use that number to transact business with client on our behalf. And when we receive requests from any client using that number, we then know that it actually comes from you, and then we will then pay you based on that. Okay, so these are the things that you need to few things that you need to do to become affiliate member. Okay, so like I said, the focus of today's presentation actually centers on Smartdrive Warehouse. We want to look at warehouse. Uh, Application is on ground on warehouse management. Okay. Now, Smartdrive ERP Warehouse is an online training suite. Include warehouse operation, inventory, asset management, stock management, and sales. Okay. My name is Ivan Zuko, and I'm your instructor. SmartDrive ERP Warehouse is an online tool designed to help SME manage goods and services to and fro one or multiple warehouses and multiple locations. okay, by way of definition. Now, this is what the Smartdrive ERP warehouse actually does. Okay, it is an integrated warehouse system. Okay, so um, it drives the business from manufacturing. If you are a manufacturing company, you actually need this software. Okay, so it drives from where the purchase order is raised. Okay, it also manages the vendors, and then everything gets into inventory, and then on the inventory here, using the SmartDrive ERP warehouse, you can actually create multiple warehouses. Okay, you can have one warehouse in Abuja, you can have another warehouse in Lagos, you can have, even in Lagos, you can have multiple warehouses, and of course in each warehouse you could also have multiple locations, so you can actually create multiple locations, and then this software drives right through the inventory to customer. Okay, so you can actually see what we've delivered to our customers, and we call that virtual warehouse. Okay, so by way of definition, we say that a warehouse is a place where goods are stored prior to their use, distribution, or sales. Okay, now these are a few problems that we actually um, that made us to actually architect the SmartDrive ERP warehouse. I mean, because we're basically to solve a common warehouse problem. So, what was in our mind at the time we're designing this software was to see how we can solve a redundant processes problem, a poor facility layout in the warehouse, seasonality in demand. There are some goods that are seasonal, so you need to produce more, and then you also need to make sure that the people who are buying are also taking it out on time. Otherwise, it will generate some problem. So we needed a software that can actually manages that. Okay. We also had in our mind to make sure that we bring a software that will actually lower the high cost of labor. Okay, and also manage inaccurate inventory information. These are the core design, core goal why we actually design SmartDrive ERP warehouse. Then, then these are the core and major problems that we actually is in the focus of our discussion. Okay, focus on the agenda of the warehouse challenges problem that we actually try to design a system to overcome. I've already mentioned some of them before. Inventory accuracy. We're trying to see how we can get warehouse managers to be able to get accurate inventory location, solve inventory location problem. Okay. Um, Also try to solve problem around space utilization, and then redundant processes also being managed properly. All right. Again, picking optimization. Okay, when goods are produced, if you produce them more and then the customers are not taking them, it becomes a problem. So we needed a system that will be able to do an end-to-end of warehouse management. Okay, so let's briefly look at the overview of what this presentation will actually cover. Okay, um, you're going to show you how you can set up a warehouse location and warehouse and locations in SmartDrive ERP. We'll show you also how you can do multiple warehouses and multiple locations, and then you just have one system that will be able to manage, the number of warehouses that you have. For some organizations that have so many formations in Nigeria, you can actually, look at your formation, different warehouses, and apply different strategy in managing different warehouses all in one place. Okay, so we'll show you how you can set up products using SmartDrive ERP in each of those warehouses. We'll also show you how you can easily manage shipment and transfer using SmartDrive ERP warehouse. We'll show you how easy is it for you to manage stock level, using our SmartDrive ERP. Okay, and then we have a number of automation, okay, that will actually trigger some actions for you, okay, especially when you need to, if you want to reorder, you have some triggers we build into this system that will actually let you know when you need to restock, okay. So this is the stock movement. This is a core architecture of our stock movement. This Smartdrive ERP warehouse will be able to manage vendors' location, all manage stock, from vendors' location. And vendor stock is within the system. We look at it as a virtual warehouse. Okay, customer location also we also look at it as a virtual warehouse. Okay, so we see how we transit, how we move goods, we manage goods from the vendor's location, how we receive them into our internal warehouse, and also distribute them into different locations within the warehouse. The system will also look at how from our internal warehouses, wherever it is in the world, okay, how we can, manage uh, delivery of those goods into customer location. I mean, from our own location to customer locations, okay. And then that's I have said earlier that customer location, because it's not what belongs to us. We look at it as a virtual warehouse. So within our system, we see what came from our system into customers' location on daily basis, on weekly basis, and yearly basis. Okay, and then we will also show you how we use the SmartDrive ERP. We track the internal movement within location to location. For instance, in Lagos, you may have a warehouse in Ikeja, have another warehouse in Lekki. So, and then there may be need to be able to transfer some good from one warehouse to another. We see how all that is done within the system. Okay, so let's show you a demo of some of the functionalities we're actually talking about. I will actually log into the system to show you more. Okay, let me all take you through. For those who will want to do a demo, they will be able to come through these slides and see what they need to click and how they need to move in order to get the kind of information or to get the kind of output that is expected that they will have, and see the kind of views that they will expect it to have. Okay, so like I said before, if you have interest on this application, what you can do is that we can actually set you up for 15 days. All right, create an account for you, give you a password and give you a username. You can actually log on and then uh, test the application yourself for 15 days before you buy. Okay, if you're not satisfied, we can set you up. Once you pay money and you don't, in 30 days you are not satisfied with the application, you will get your money back. That's a promise we've made to all our customers. Okay, so once you successfully log on, if you are not familiar with the SmartDrive ERP, this is where we have a menu. And once you have a menu, when you click on the menu here, you see all the applications that you have acquired from us. If you buy employee database management software, you will run it from here. If you buy a recruitment software, you will run it from here. Attendance software, you run it from here. Expense software, you run it from here. If you can also run your contacts from here. If you buy inventory software from us, you run it from here. So you have a main menu here. Okay, if you buy 2 applications, you only see 2 application apps here. If you buy 5 apps, you see 5 apps here. That's why we said SmartDrive ERP is an integrated software. You don't need to be logging in inventory software, log into HRMS software. You don't need to do that. Just one software, and we view each of the application as an app. So we can actually set you up or install that in your module for you, so you'll be able to use it. So you don't have to log into multiple places in order to use the application. So if you are not satisfied also with any of this application, we remove it. So what you will see will be exactly what you have paid for. Okay, and applications are quite cheap. So once you log in, one thing you need to do is to go and activate multiple warehouses. So this is how what you do. You go to menu, click on inventory, click on configuration, select the setting, tick multiple warehouses. Also tick storage locations. So when you do this tick, then when you go to create warehouses, the system will allow you to create multiple warehouses. But if you don't go to settings and do this, you will not be able to create multiple warehouses. Okay. Okay. So again, one of the beauty of this application is that the Smartdrive ERP inventory warehouse has a dashboard. So this is how the dashboard looks like. You can here, I'm just showing example how you can have set up three warehouses. Here, I set up a warehouse in Lagos. Okay, so these are all the goods received. All the goods received, I can stay here directly and receive some goods from vendors. All right, and this here, this menu here, this dashboard here, I can use this to manage all internal transfer between Abuja and Ghana. For instance, I have another warehouse in Ghana, so we can do all internal transfer here. All right, and then all the things that will be leaving the warehouse in main warehouse in Lagos will go through the delivery orders here. So you can actually see your delivery orders here, and then you will have your status also under it. Okay, so here, like here, we have two transfers that are up in the system. Here we have one delivery that is waiting, and two is already late, and then we have back order. I will explain to you what we mean by back order. Back orders are what they okay. When we get there, I'll tell you what back orders are. Okay. Okay, so this is how you can actually create a warehouse. Okay, so once you log into the system, you go to the inventory and click on the create warehouse. So you'll be able to create warehouse. Here, this is the procedure for creating warehouse. Okay, for those that will probably want to go to Sandbox and create. So use these steps and create a warehouse. Here you see I've created a warehouse, and when you create a warehouse, we always encourage you to do a short name so we can be using that short name around. So this is Smartdrive Ikeja Warehouse. This is main warehouse. Again, you can see that their locations are different. Okay. So once this is a view, for creating a Smartdrive Ikeja Warehouse. So this is a snapshot. These are the information that you need to fill. Okay, so this is how to create a warehouse location. So you follow these steps here and you create different locations. Like I said, within one warehouse, there are warehouses that have different locations. Okay, location 1, location 2, location 3. Or there may be names you call those locations. You'll be able to define them in the system. Okay, so this is what I just finished explaining. So here, for instance, now I create in the main warehouse, I have created a location for drinks. Okay, storing of drinks. So here you can specify the corridor number. Okay, you can specify the shelf number. You can specify for this particular location. You can actually specify the height. Okay, and of course you can specify the barcode number. So when we want to, we use barcode will help us in fast assessing of these products. Okay, once you barcode them. Okay. How to create products. So this is how you can create products. Okay, these are the steps that you take in order to create products. I've already created some product in the system here. You can also use these same steps. Go to inventory menu, click on master data, select product, and click, and then you can click on create product. Where this is where you click on it, and then you'll be able to create product. Okay, and then you can have different views. You have what we call Kanban view, and you have list view. So you can have different product and different views here. Okay, so here you see quantity on hand, and you can see forecasted quantity. I will explain what we mean by forecasted quantity. I will also explain to you what we mean by on hand quantity. Okay, so this is how you actually create a product. You put the product name here, all right, and then you can create a reference for each of your product. For instance, I want to create a power horse. So you can make a good reference for a power horse can 33 cl 24 pack. So that's the reference, internal reference we want to use in our own case in order to be able to recognize power horse. We can also have a power horse, which is a power horse product, but maybe 50 cl. Okay, so you should be able to have an internal nomenclature for the way you name your product. Of course, if you buy our software, we'll always get a consultant to also come and help you in all this internal nomenclature and defining of your product in the system. So it makes sense. It makes it easy to be able to use the application. Okay. So you enter your sales price here, you put your cost price here. And of course, something that you also that's of interest to you is actually define the units. So what units are you going to use in measuring this product? For instance, I define 33. Okay, for instance here, would like to use carton as a measure of units, as a yes, a measure of units. Okay, so when we say 3, it means 3 carton. If you say 10, 10 carton. If you say 120, 120 carton. Okay. Okay, next thing we want to look at is a filter. Once you create a different product, on top here you will be able to have filter. So you can look at goods that are published. Some of the goods you can actually create them and publish them on your website directly. This system will allow you to do that. You can see goods that can be sold. Okay, you can see goods that can be can be purchased. Okay, and then you can actually create a custom view here so that each time you use those custom view, it will be easy for you to be able to get the product filter immediately. Okay. Now for products, for some organization, they already have products. What we do when we get to those organizations, we don't ask you to start doing defining product one by one. So we have a way here we can actually upload your product in the system. There are places we've gone, they had over 200 products, 300 products. We'll not spend time for you to sit down and create them one by one. We'll just download a template. What you do here, import a template. You just import a template, fill this template, and then you can say load the file. That's how easy this system is. And all your product will be loaded in a second. So this is how we actually put a process here, how you can actually import, a product into the system. How to create vendors for product. A minute, sir. So you can actually create product vendors here. This is a module which you can create vendors. Vendors are people, contractors, people that will be supplying you goods in your warehouse. Those are your vendors. So you need to create, a database for them here. Excuse me. Okay, so and then here, this is how you can also create your product inventory. Okay, so you can receive a product quantity in multiple warehouses. So these are process, a procedure you can do that. You can also do what we call inventory adjustment. All the time, every time on weekly, monthly basis, you want to see that inventory is correct. So sometimes there may be reason why certain numbers are not correct. And we use a process we call inventory adjustment to either increase or decrease inventory to make sure that what you have on hand actually matches the dates that you did a reconciliation. Okay, so this is a process of doing inventory adjustment. Okay, so this is still a process for doing inventory adjustment. Now you can actually, once you go to the dashboard, once you're on the dashboard, this is a process you can actually, if you use this process, you can actually receive product from a vendor directly. Okay, you can receive product into your warehouse. Okay, so you just click on receipt and then follow this procedure here. You'll be able to receive product into Ikeja warehouse. Okay, so we go ahead here to explain, when you click each of those things, you see, menus like this. You should be able to, we tell you what you need to do to fill them, okay? But what is important here is that if you are doing direct receive directly into a warehouse, you then have to fill in what we call initial demand quantity. Okay, this is the what quantity was demanded from the vendor. You may have called the vendor to say, for 3 export, you need 50, Amstel, you need 80, Black Bullet, you need 60. And then as you sit in the warehouse, the truck arrives. So you create this in the system. And we call that initial demand quantity. Once you have created the initial demand quantity directly in the system, the second step is that you can, once the truck has arrived, the next thing you need to do is to go and receive them. Okay, so that's that one. With this one, we call it done quantity. So you you click on mark as to do. Okay, and then the system will allow you to receive, the quantity that was actually supplied. Sometimes what was demanded and what the supply could be different. Now, what the system does is that in that situation, um, when you validate this receipt, the system will create a back order. So okay, so let's move forward. I think I have that here. Okay, so once you validate, for instance, here you have 50, 80. Okay, I want to see where I've actually created a back order. Okay, so this is where we've created a back order. Um, let's see. Okay, so if you receive, for instance, bullets, you were going to receive 60, and maybe the contractor or the vendor supply 40. If you receive 40, the system will create a back order for 20 on that vendor's name. Vendors here in the system, they are recognized as a partner. Okay, so ABC Nigeria Limited is the one that supplied this. It will create 20 for them. So that 20 is being handled and treated as a back order. Okay, and that back order will be registered in the system. Okay, so here you find a back order here that has been created in the system. If you double click this, it will open the back order and you see what was supplied and what remained. And of course, when you go to the dashboard, it will tell you that look, there is a supply that was made and there was back order created. The contractor didn't or the vendor didn't supply all that was in the demand. Okay, then the account will only pay, the system will only pay for what was received, not what was demanded. Okay. Now, let's look at the overall warehouse product view. Okay. So once you go to product and you double click, for instance, 33 export can, you'll be able to see a full detail of all the 33 that we have in all our warehouses. Okay. So you can have an overall view. And I want to explain this. So how do you do that? You go to master data, click on product, click on 33 can export. Okay, once you do that, it will take you to this screen, okay, that you see. So the first thing we want to explain, you see that we have 170 forecasted here. It means that Ikeja warehouse, Lagos warehouse, Ghana warehouse, all the 33 we have there that we have demanded is 170. But on hand, what has actually been supplied is 150. That's what is on hand. Okay. On hand here is total received of supply from the two warehouses and ready for sale. So this is what is ready you can sell right now, not 170. But we actually place order for 170. Okay. So here I've also said that forecasted unit is the total quantity on the demand. Okay, so in between Ikeja and Jakonde warehouses, we are. If you put the total number together, you will see that we've actually requested for 170, but what is available that you can sell now, okay, is 150. You will also have a summary on the dashboard of the what was purchased. Now, all the total product that you purchased within the last 1 year will also, you see the total number here. I mean 33 export can. Okay, and then the product on move. If you actually, for instance, you may have a product in one warehouse, it's not available in another warehouse. You have a flexibility within the system to actually move, and you don't just move. You use the system to do the transfer. So you'll be able to see all the product moves here. Okay, so this is a summary of part one of this demo. Okay, we've seen how to set up and manage warehouses and multiple warehouses. We've seen how you can also manage multiple locations. We've seen how you can set up product and you can get an overview of product information. Now, how do you? This system is also integrated with the inventory. Okay, from purchase order to inventory. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, so once you have your purchase order, you raise your purchase order, okay, and then you receive goods into the warehouse. Um, and that gets into your inventory, the system also allowed you, you come and click on purchase here. Okay, you'll be able to get to purchase. You'll be able to raise a purchase order. All right, and once you receive items for purchase that came from the purchase order, you can also do sales here as well. All right. Okay, so this is a simple process that you can actually use using this system to how we integrate the purchase with the inventory. So the first of thing, these are actually optional. Like I showed you before, you can actually go and receive this product directly into the warehouse. But the system also allowed you to create an RFQ. What is RFQ? RFQ is the request for quotation. You can actually send this to your vendors. Okay, send the uh, RFQ to vendors, receive quote, confirm the purchase order. Okay, and then shipment receipt is created. The system will automatically create shipment receipt, which you then will be able to receive into your warehouse. So this is how you can actually use this system to actually create and send RFQs. Okay, these are the procedures to do that. These are still the procedures you can use to send RFQs. Okay, so once the purchase order is confirmed, okay, here, then you can actually print the quote, the quotation. Okay, sorry. So uh, you can actually print out and see. This is what you print out. If the vendor didn't, if the vendor comes to supply, you can actually, print out the RFQ that was sent out. These are things that were demanded, were on demand. Okay, so again, the beauty of this system is that all this is generated for you internally in the system. So this is the name of the company, this the shipping warehouse. So your vendor knows, if you have multiple warehouses, you know where it's actually shipping into. Here, this is a company that we're expecting to ship this into Ikeja warehouse, and these are the things in the RFQ, all right, that is supposed to come and supply to us. Okay, so these are all the process that you have to run through. Once you have access, once you create you a test access, you need to run through all this process, and then get to the point that you actually validate your PO. Validate quantity received from the PO. Okay, I've done that already using a direct method. But if you're using the PO method, you also have to, when you receive this quantity, you have to validate them. Okay, so I've done this already. We've done this already. Okay, this is back order. We've also talked about back order already. Okay, and I've actually tried to define what back order means here. Okay, so we've actually gone through all these processes. Once we create access for you, you'll be able to use this. Okay, so on part 3 here, part 3 talks about how we then integrate your inventory with the sales. Okay, so when you sell, you're actually selling from the inventory directly. Okay, so you now come here. If you have purchased sales application from us, you'll be able to use, so you'll be able to click here, and then you get to be able to uh, raise sell, purchase. You'll be able to, sell from the inventory from the warehouse. Okay, these are all the processes that you need to take. I've actually explained this in the earlier version about dashboard, so we're not going to go back into it. Now, in a way of bringing this presentation to a close, I'd like to invite you to buy this application. Who should buy this application? A business starter. If you're just starting a warehouse, or you have a warehouse, you've created multiple warehouses and you want to manage stuff, this application is actually for you. Medium scale organization also, for organizations that are bigger, and then for enterprise organization, this application will actually help you do your business in the most cost effective way. Okay, Subscribe to this YouTube channel so that when we bring more videos on this Smartdrive ERP Warehouse, you will be able to see the updates that we are publishing on weekly basis on this application. As we do changes, we actually publish updates on YouTube. Once you subscribe to this YouTube channel, once you do those updates, you'll be able to automatically see the updates and then know that there are new updates, new changes, new ways of doing things in the system. Thank you for being part of this presentation today. Please visit, if you want to buy this application, go to visitodonigeria.com. You will see all the training videos, all the demo videos there, and then you can send a request to us. Like I want to repeat, if you want to do a test, we can allow you to do a 15 days test, create an account for you in a sandbox, and then you can actually go through the modules that I've gone through with you, and then you'll be able to uh, write a testimony to us that the application indeed whatever amount we will ask you to pay us. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next edition. Thank you so much.